Do you feel stuck in the same kind of like negative mood most of the time? Or maybe it's not like negative, negative, but it's just sort of like okay or like fine. And then when you start to feel like actually really happy, for some reason your mind just kind of like thinks about bad thoughts or something goes wrong and kind of triggers you and you get upset, or maybe even being happy just kind of feels dangerous. And then you go right back to how you were before, either negative or sort of eh. Sometimes you might feel negative because your life isn't going the way you want to. So we decide to change something, like we're working out more, we're eating better, or learning new skills so we can change our career. But then once you start to get somewhere, you mysteriously lose interest. Or it becomes too hard, or you get the feeling that, like, oh, this is probably just going to be a waste of time. I should just stop this. And then you just go right back to how you were feeling, being negative. One of the reasons this can happen is that being negative feels safe in a certain way. If everything sucks and you're just expecting to be disappointed, that's actually safer than having hope and feeling like things might finally be getting better, only to suddenly have the rug pulled out from under you, or have it all taken away, or get overwhelmed and fail because you don't actually have what it takes to succeed. When you try and make things better in your life, something in your subconscious sends a message that one of those things I mentioned is definitely going to happen if you keep going. And then suddenly you're like, well, maybe I don't want to do this actually, or maybe, this is getting too hard anyway, or there's some rationalization, and then you give up. I struggled with this for years when I was trying to switch careers and start my coaching practice, and I finally traced it down to this feeling that even if I succeeded now, I would eventually fail once the stakes got really high. And so every time I would start to do my coaching practice or start moving things forward, that would kick in unconsciously. And then I would just be like, oh, I have to do this thing over here. Or, oh, I really want to watch that TV show. I've been thinking about it. And then I would just stop doing my work. Once I identified what was happening, and this took a really long time to figure this out, I actually was able to resolve it in myself using the processes that I developed. And I finally started to feel better. Like my mood actually got better. And I actually became more productive too. And I was able to just go about my work much more easily without having all of these feelings like making me kind of distract myself all the time. This phenomenon is particularly suited to the healing work I do because the alternative is to just push through it over and over and over, day after day after day. And that can really wear you down. It really wore me down. But if you can uncover and resolve and eliminate those unconscious fears, it becomes much easier to just move forward and do what you want to do. And then your mood can finally change to a new equilibrium. So if this sounds interesting to you and you'd like to resolve these issues in yourself, send me a message. I'd love to support you.